So I was able to track down some of these figs. Apparently they're supposed to be cold hardy fig, so I said Chicago fig, but I think she said American fig, and I think that might be the same thing. So I'm gonna put them in bigger pots because they just came in these little ones. I'm gonna put them in the bigger pots, let them establish a little better before I ever transplant them. And I have some raspberry seeds and blackberry seeds. I'm gonna go put them in where they belong and let them go. And I was able to pick up some loofah seeds. So finally, I can grow some loofah. All right, so I put the dirt in. I've used the pot to make the size of the hole I need. And now I'm just gonna put them in, cover them with some soil and give them some water. And now I'm gonna put them by the greenhouse. So now that I've given them a good soaking, I'm gonna go place them over in the greenhouse over there in hopes that someone will help me take care of them while I'm not here. And then I'm gonna go at the back, do some raspberries and some loofah. All a bunch of pollywogs in the pond. I thought they were dead, but it looks like they've definitely come back. A bunch of them. That's fantastic. Alright, so I prepped one of my trellises here a little bit. I'm just going to drop the seeds in there and then cover them. I'll get a little bit of dirt for that. So apparently this is what they look like. Look like giant black cucumber seeds. Actually, they're closer to watermelon, aren't they? Alright, we'll just drop them in. Spread them all along here. And I'm only going to do one package this year. These are annuals. I don't really want to get into too many annuals, but I definitely wanted to try loofah. So here we go. Let's see what happens. So just as I was planting the loofah seeds, I looked over and what's that? I see but a wild strawberry. Oh, they are the best when they grow. They're so sweet. Wonder if I can try and save that sucker. I just might try. I just might replant that. So where I seeded the strawberries, I grabbed that wild strawberry I was just talking about and I transplanted it to here. And while I did that, I checked on my strawberry starts, and it turns out I guess I didn't have strawberry after all. It kind of looks like rhubarb to me. I thought it was my rhubarb that didn't come up, but I'm pretty sure that's rhubarb. See? It's like rhubarb to me. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I thought that was really interesting. Yeah, look at that. I wonder what happened to my strawberries then. Oh, well, I just have to get more. So last week I planted cucumber and squash. I'm not sure which one this was, but this is squash. Got a whole bunch of little starts coming up. There. Nectarine, apple's doing good. So I've already sort of prepped this mound. I put a little groove all the way down and disturbed the dirt a little bit. Now I have 4 types of raspberries: black, red, yellow, and blue, and they didn't label them, so I have to be consistent and try to put in just one type and see what I get. And that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to take one and try this mound and see what happens. I know it takes a little bit for the seeds. Could be anywhere between 3 and 4 weeks before you see anything, or they may not come up this year at all. But nevertheless, let's get them in the ground. So my parents, or my dad, had a couple extra tomatoes, so my brother's kindly gonna put them in here in my the trellis beside the loofah. That's good. We'll get some tomatoes and see how they work on the trellis. Again, I'm not really concentrating on the annuals, but we have them, might as well grow them. Get the dirt used to growing food. And there it is. And how many you got there, Trev?
5.
5? So how many are you gonna put there? Maybe 3?
3 on one side, 2 on the other, I guess.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Unless you want one in the middle. But...
No, that's good. Do what you just said. There's Angel coming to see what's up. Rosie, she's got to play in my garden in the straw, because of course they love to go swimming in my pond. And the only thing I hate is that they jump out through my garden to get there. So over here though, with the first mound I did all of whatever was in the one packet. So it was raspberry on the first one on the left, and then the one beside it I did blackberry, and I have other blackberries and raspberries at home that I'm doing a different type of propagation for seeds or germination. So the idea was to go raspberry, blackberry, another type of raspberry, and then another type of bush. And these are all bush rows. So whatever's gonna grow on this hill is all gonna be bush. Fruit bush. Dad made this other little paddock for the goats. And they're all waiting for me to let them in, but it's not, they've already been out there a couple times, so I don't want them eating too much green right away. Yeah, girls. Hello, girls. Couple boys. So once again, I've neatly packed in 2 trees. Today I've gotten a yellow delicious and a red delicious apple, and I was looking for a Granny Smith, but they're a little more elusive than these two, so I'll keep my eyes open for one of those. But eventually I have 2 more apples that I kind of want to get. One is a snow apple, which is something my father had mentioned to me that he had when he was a child, and he really liked them when he was growing up on the farm. And the other is a black apple, which is like a red delicious apple, but it's got a really dark skin. So when I get those or find them, then that'd be great. I'll get them in here. I'm gonna put them up at the end of my fence, which is the one I just established the other day using the compost that I had, and I had my dad today just recently refilled it, so get that going. So eventually this will come out 7.5 feet, and then give me another 7.5 feet, and then that will create this horseshoe, which will surround around this way. So it'll look like this fits right in here. It'll look like it'll just fit right there, and then at the other end, and eventually that I believe that's a locust, is gonna get taken out. But I figured I don't need to take out all my vegetation this year, because I'm not going to get all of this planted. So keep some of the stuff alive, keep the animals doing what they do and nature doing what it does. My asparagus going nuts over there. They're like as tall as me. I got my yellow delicious right in here at the end. The ground was extremely hard and clay, so I mounded it as best I could with a little bowl shape at the bottom. And yeah, there you go. I put a couple of pounds of dirt on there and watered it really good. And I put this post and tied it up because it's a little weak at the bottom right yet. It hasn't had time to really establish in there. So for now, I'll tie this up for about a year, I hope, and hopefully it'll keep it straight, and they'll start to root in there. And I did the same thing with the other one. They just seem to be catching that wind pretty good. So they want to move a little bit because they are mounded. They're not fully in the ground. I packed them as best I could after I put the mounds on. So there, I did that. Straw on top, keep the moisture in, keep the weeds down. So here's my raspberries that I've kind of already started. I just put a small little trench along the top. I'm gonna put the seeds in there. I have raspberry, so every other row will be a type of raspberry. Like I said, I have blue, red, black, and yellow. So there's this one, and then I'll put that in there, lightly cover it up, put some straw on it to protect it, you know, keep the water in, keep the weeds down. And then I got one more over here to do. Get some pictures as soon as I'm done. I got some new compost in there now, replaced the stuff I used. Last week's apples and nectarines. I've watered the squash, which is coming in. Cucumbers don't seem to come in. Rhubarb seems to replace the strawberry. My bad. My red delicious and golden delicious are now in. Raspberries are now in every other row here, and the rows in between will get a different type of bush, whether it be blackberry or serviceberry or gooseberry, either way. And I just want to take this time to shout out some of my friends out in Kenya, Mulamba Cadet, and I'm going to leave a link down in the bottom for his organization. They're doing permaculture over there in Kenya, and they need some help with some tools and some seeds. So if any of my viewers can help out, that'd be great. Once again, I'll leave the link in the comments section.